And that's Josh. I'm Tom. And I believe we are welcoming Joel McHale to the airwaves. Hey, Joel, how are you?
I'm well. You?
Good. It sounds like you're right here. That's great.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Joel, I was insulted
I'm right behind you.
A few minutes ago. I said that Joel McHale, of course, the star of McHale's Navy. No one remembers that great show anymore.
And I said you weren't even born yet when that show was on.
Do you remember the number of the PT boat, Joel?
No, again.
Like I said.
No, this will definitely get people to watch my new show.
Tom likes to put our guests on the defensive right away.
The new show is Joel McHale on Netflix. By the way, it was PT 73. PT 109, of course, was a different PT.
No, there are a lot of people crawling out of their graves right now screaming that answer.
The Joel McHale Show, starring Joel McHale on Netflix. A new episode every Sunday. Every Sunday. It's right there. It's delivered right to your TV.
It's got to be fun to be doing that same format again.
It is, yes, there was. I felt a calling from God, and because when American Idol was brought back, I knew I had a duty.
That's the bit you did last week about American Idol. Who do they think they are? Just switch the show to a different network and nobody's going to notice. Is that right?
Yeah, bringing the same old tired host back out.
That's right.
Do you feel any obligation to watch more stuff, or do you just hope that the people around you have seen everything? Because it's impossible.
I do feel an obligation, but then I get distracted and pray that the people we've hired actually watch it, because I'm blind. And no, I do feel like there's some responsibility, but now we have like young people working there, and they have a strange algorithm in their brain where they are able to find more stuff than me, and so I'm constantly going like, this is a real thing. This is not being made up, and they go, yeah, and so I do watch more than I did over the last 2 years, but those young people, they know what they're talking. I know I'm sounding like I'm 90 and that I would know the PT number.
It's PT 73, Joel.
Yeah, PT 73 was also the working title for the show, but we decided to go with Joel.
I would think with the name McHale, you'd at least give McHale's Navy a shot. I mean, it was.
Yeah, I know you. I would think that, but much like the Dead Sea Scrolls, people just kind of want to know that they are around and that they backed up a number of things people believe, but I'm not going to actually read them.
Joel McHale is our guest, and can I ask you honestly, what shows do you really watch these days?
Well, I hate to admit it, but I did watch The Bachelor. Which,
with Ari Lyondike Jr.?
Yeah, it's kind of like, no, when everyone else goes to bed, I just sip whiskey quietly. That's what I feel like when I say that. So I did watch that. I do watch a lot of food travel shows, which aren't necessarily the best clips, but it makes me yearn for travel and food. So I watch a lot of those, and then, I don't watch a lot of like the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Once in a while, I'll get on it, but So other than that, and then everyone else, there's people that are watching right now are watching Japanese game shows for the show.
Wow. There's just too much of everything, and there's way too much television. You can't keep up. With what's going on, but at least making fun of it and mocking it, even with a limited amount of information, is a good time.
Yes, we kind of feel like, well, if we can tell a funny joke about it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you've seen it or not seen it. If you can tell a funny joke and point it out, then we're doing our job. We think, but when we do find a weird movie from Nigeria, it does make me very happy.
Once again, our guest is Joel McHale, who was a distinguished actor and television host and former college football player. Chick and I were trying to remember the quarterback in your day.
I looked it up. I cheated. Damon Heward and you and Ernie Conwell were all on the same team.
Ernie Conwell, not a quarterback.
No, he was the other tight end, right?
Yeah, well, I was the bad tight end. Mark Bruner was the starting tight end. Ernie was the other tight end. That's how good the tight end That's how bad I was and how good they were. They had 2 tight ends, and both of them went to the NFL. Mark Brunell actually was the quarterback when he and Damon Here were both there, and then a guy named Billy Joe Hobart.
Oh yeah.
So it was a team dripping with talent, and I was not dripping.
You have amazing talent.
Are you dripping?
Not yet. Well, thank you, but not definitely not when it came to catching footballs amidst a lot of large men trying to kill me.
All right. We're talking with Joel McHale. Joel McHale is on a little mini tour. I'll mention that again in a few minutes. Also now on Netflix. How much of your time does this take per week?
Almost 22 minutes, which is a lot for me because I have a lot of hobbies. Yes. People, I go into the office every day and I go, yes, let's make fun of that person who's screaming and fighting in a nightclub or a wrap-up show hosted by Andy Cohen. Yes, I go in there, I guess, 4 days a week. We tape it on Thursdays, and then it gets translated into all the languages that Netflix translates into, and then Netflix goes, we don't know why it's not doing great in Sri Lanka.
Is it dubbed or is it subtitled? Do they do subtitles or they dub the thing?
They subtitle it. Okay, so we hope that all the English speakers in all the different countries will go, oh yes, I would like to watch this idiot, and I change my sweater up almost every week, so that should make it new and fresh for them.
Joel McHale is your guest. Joel, any other TV stuff in the works for you?
I'm also, speaking of Netflix, I'm a company man. I'm on the Santa Clarita Diet with Drew Barrymore and Tim Oliphant.
Oh, we were just talking about that.
We were.
Yeah, that's an interesting little situation comedy, I guess, but it's different. It's a zombie situation comedy, yeah. It is a
zombie situation comedy. They're actually coming on the show this week, he and Adam Devine. So
cool.
Of Workaholics. So very, very funny people. I think people... I never realized how funny Tim Oliphant was because he's way too good looking and way too good of an actor, and then he's really funny, which just drives me out of my mind with jealousy, and that lets me know that he's talented because I can't stand it. And then I'm on, I don't know if it's aired yet, but I guess a couple episodes of the X-Files.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you into the sci-fi thing? Is that something that interests you?
Yes, I'm interested in being in it if they'll pay me.
Okay, fair enough.
That's how I like to work. Are you interested? Yes. If there's money involved, I'm very interested.
They offered me so much money, and I said
if
yes.
You could, would you ever want to do anything sports related with your sports background? Kind of like Burt Reynolds did a couple of cool sports movies there.
The Longest Yard.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. No, I definitely want to pick up Burt Reynolds' scrap.
Oh, come on. Did you ever see Semi-Tough with Burt Reynolds and, what was it, Chris Christopherson?
Yes. No, again, a reference to the entire audience. Is he going to ask him that question? Is he going to ask him?
Ask him about Semi-Tough and Chris Christopherson. Okay.
Yeah, no, I believe me, if there are some old scripts lying around that Burt passed on, then I would definitely look at them. No, I've actually never done. I guess I don't. I have not done a lot of sports-related stuff, even though I played and was obsessed with them. Maybe they realized I wasn't that good of an athlete and are shying away from it. But I would do a reboot of Necessary Roughness.
Sure. Yeah.
There you go.
Do you find yourself wanting to weigh in seriously, say, on the Seattle Seahawks and the trades, et cetera, et cetera? Do you...
Well, it is a rebuilding year, definitely, because Russell Wilson was our quarterback, was the leading rusher. So that has to.
Might want to look at another area for the rusher. Yeah.
We got to kind of fix that and seal that up. So I understand. I think people, because I'm from Seattle, and people are freaking out because we lost people like Richard Sherman, who really defined the team a few years ago when we went to the Super Bowl and won, thank God. You got to hit that point where you got to go, what are we talking about? And we need to free up some money to get new guys in here to defend Russell, and we still got Doug Baldwin, who's amazing, and Earl Thomas, who's amazing. So we do definitely need to figure out the kicking situation, because our field goal kicker. Yeah, that was rough. It was rough because he missed a number of important.
Several.
Yeah.
Have you ever been on the sideline? Do you ever get the sideline?
They don't allow you. I've been on the sidelines right before the game, but they don't allow dorks like me to stand on the side like during the games, because that would be a disaster, because I would steal a lot of the Gatorade. And
the wristbands and a stray jersey. And
pick up some headsets.
I would just probably, and I'd grab a helmet and just hold on to it, like showing how cool I was. But I've been to the games when as close as you can get without, and then they just say, get out of here. We have these people are paid a lot of money to run around, and you're not one of them. Get out of here. But I love them dearly. More than my family.
Joel McHale is our guest. Joel McHale is a big Seahawks fan. Do you find you become something of a fanboy? Do you ask for selfies, or are you too cool to?
Oh no, I'm not too cool. I will selfie. It's really just for my social media presence, if I can get them to pose with me. So there's a number of restraining orders against me, and the team.
Do you tell the guys who you are in case they don't know? Do you say, by the way?
Yeah, that's embarrassing, because I have to do that all the time, and I'm just yelling out my credits. So I'll be like, I was in Ted. I played the jerk. I was in Community, and then they go like, "Were you in Parks and Rec?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, whatever, it's fine." Yes. Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
Once again, Joel McHale is our guest. Netflix. It's the Joel McHale Show. So they
starring Joel McHale.
Well, they can't fire you.
No, that will be very awkward if they hire a new host and I've been let go, because I don't know, the Joel McHale Show with Matthew Lillard is not
right.
Roll off the tongue the same way. But that was for job insurance, and they're going to have to blow the whole thing up if they're as disappointed as I imagine, because I was raised Catholic, and I think everything's going to go, south.
Mm-hmm.
Now, could we get back to the football thing? If you ever attended a practice and maybe asked Russell to throw you, if you said, "Hey, by the way, I was in college, I was a receiver," have you ever taken a pass from him?
I've been to numerous practices, and I've never thrown, because each pass costs $26,000. So
very, very
they're not going to waste it on me. I have two sons. I have a 13-year-old and a 10-year-old. One of them is obsessed with football, and the other one hates it. So it's a fun experience going with one son that is dressed head to toe, and he looks like the Seahawks mascot running around, and the other one going like, "Why are we here? What is the point of any of this?
Yep.
Why are these people doing this?" So it's very. It's a very out-of-body experience trying to keep them all together.
Could you pitch to your staff the idea that, hey, maybe for an upcoming episode on Netflix of the Joel McHale Show, we should do some kind of remote broadcast from the Seahawks training camp during which I would
that would cost money, so probably it would be shot down. But Russell Wilson he did come to the offices last week, and we shot a sketch.
Oh.
And so we are making fun of the new Genex commercials that Frank Thomas did.
It's about time somebody did.
Yes.
Yeah. Did they do their homework on that name? I hate to bring up the past like I did with McHale's Navy, but the reason World War II started. Oh, never mind. We'll just.
No. I agree completely. For those of you who want to do their extra homework. Look up eugenics.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's a very strange whether they.
Yeah.
It is kind of bizarre to think about why
you wouldn't call a cream rinse final solution for the same.
Whoa.
No, you sure wouldn't.
Jumped up. Joel, thanks for being with us.
I'm not the one that made that comment.
No, we know. We know.
We thought you'd hang out.
You'll be mentioned in the news story.
You'll be asked for a comment later.
It's the insensitivity of people who don't watch McHale's Navy. We have to take out Joel. It's always such a great pleasure.
No. This is a really good place to end the interview.
Isn't that perfect? Mr. Timing, that's what they call it.
Hey, Joel, thanks so much.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, Joel McHale.
And thanks for shortening my career.
It's Netflix, Joel McHale Show. Thank you very much, Joel.